stunned.
Every time I come around,
You have been stunned.
pick yourself up off the ground.
You have been stunned.
Be careful not to start a chase,
You have been stunned.
cause you'll end up with a broken
You
face.
have been stunned.
Every time I come around,
You have been stunned.
pick yourself up off the
You
ground.
have been stunned.
Be careful not to start a chase,
You have been stunned.
because you'll end up with a broken face.
Hey guys, it's Senile, and I am bringing you a pretty fucking interesting match today. Not interesting in the right way at all. Like, not interesting in the kind of like competitiveness or, you know, just it being a good game. But interesting in terms of just what happens to me in this match. Yeah, basically, I can only really sum it up as, like, my rival in this match seems to have summoned Ubisoft to bring me down at some point in this game. You see it, everything's normal to begin with. At the start, you know, everything's just normal. I'm going for my target and stuff. His bodyguard is a... Was that a bodyguard? I don't know, because it seemed like it didn't die like a civilian dies. So I don't know, it must have been a bodyguard. But anyway, I got killed. So yeah, everything seems normal, right? You'll see that it just seems like a fairly normal match. Pretty much me and Toshi Flo, I have no idea if that's how you pronounce his name, but me and him were like thrown down. But then Ubisoft starts to happen. Just a lot of Ubisoft begins to happen at some point in this game. And I don't know why I didn't notice this big black guy. Big black guy gets really angry at me at the beginning of this game, kills me like 8 times in a row. You'll see that, but that's nothing to do with why the game goes wrong for me. I'll just start off playing a little badly. And for whatever reason, I'll just play kind of shit at the beginning of this game. But yeah, you'll see this is a game that goes incredibly wrong because of Ubisoft. Right, here's big black guy again. I'm gonna try and time face on him, but the civilians kind of get away from me a bit, and I try and hide behind them. Just like, please don't let the big black guy abuse me, and they let him abuse me, which was irritating. But that's okay. I'm not far off the lead, despite my shitty start to the game. I'm gonna move in here as Mr. Buccaneer and look for my target again. I honestly have no clue where he is, but big black guy's coming again. Hope he doesn't notice me in disguise in this playing group. He doesn't give a fuck. Doesn't give the slightest of fucks. Kills me again. Big black guy has killed me every time so far. And I killed him at the beginning of the game, so he obviously got really angry about that. And he was just like, don't first blood me, you son of a bitch. So yeah. To be fair, what is happening to that lady black may be what happens to me at some point later on for the rest of the game. But you'll see. Just going to take a cheap kill on her because she doesn't seem to be controlling her character. Which is great. That pretty much just undid my terrible start to the game in a completely illegitimate way. But now it's like time for me to start doing some good stuff. Punch a bitch. I'll just take a cheap kill on this guy because I can't bother to deal with the fact he's running away from me. And he probably should have killed me, to be honest. Don't know if he was trying to poison me or something, or wait for like a focus. But whatever he was doing, he did it wrong. Yeah, so now I'm fucking everybody up. Getting to the point where this is going well. I tried to blend with an actual player, which is why I didn't get a hit in there. I thought that guy was a civilian, but it wasn't, because it was the stowaway, who's actually a guy, the guy at the bottom of the leaderboard right now. So I tried to blend with him, didn't get a hit in because you can't blend with other players. It'd be pretty hilarious if you could, to be honest. There'd be some interesting tag teams happening if that was the case. So yeah, I slapped that guy with a beer when I'm not actually in a beer blend group. And I still have the beer right now. And if you saw earlier, I was walking around with the beer, like in the middle of a blend group, which is not usually how the beer thing works. Usually you have to be in a stationary blend group. But I'm still like holding my imaginary beer, which I think is probably to do with why I now can't move. Because as soon as I picked up the beer, then I smashed somebody over the head with it. I couldn't move, and now like for the rest of the game, my character holds this imaginary beer and can never move. So yeah, this is when the game goes a bit wrong. So obviously I can't move right now. This guy's about to try and take a kill at me. I'm just gonna be like, no, stay away from me. And he's not having any of that, obviously. I can still contest people, which is great because he would have got a hit of the kill. So obviously I'm thinking, well, I'm dead now, so I'm assuming when I spawn, I'll be able to move again. So then I'll continue destroying and, like, you know, win stuff. And that's great, because I find out I can move. That's awesome. Let's do this again. Let's look for my target. Target dies. That's cool. I can't move again. And my Lady Black is doing some twitchy leg dance. At this point, I was trying to message the person who was like Toshi Flow to say, I can't fucking move. This is ridiculous. But I couldn't be bothered, and then he became my target. Yeah. I'm rocking it with my not moving swag. I've still got the imaginary beer, as you can see. It's not even an actual cup of beer anymore. He's just holding his hand in that beery position, drinking nothing. It's alright, I can move again. I'm like, hopefully this just won't happen again, and I'll be able to continue. This guy got eaten by everybody's time phases, so he was basically just trapped in between two massive time phases. So I just took a hit in using my time phase, but I can't move now. That's great. I'll continue to drink my imaginary beer. Well, he's not actually drinking it, he's just holding it. He's just putting his hand in a weird position. I have 3 pursuers and I can't move, and I'm in a pretty easy to spot position, and I die immediately. So I'm getting to the point where I'm like, well, this glitch seems to be happening forever. I feel like Toshi Flow, like, I feel like in a way Ubisoft is some sort of demon that you can summon by like drawing the Ubisoft logo in chalk on the floor and like scattering herbs and candles around it and stuff, and you can call upon Ubisoft, and then with several blood sacrifices, and maybe even the sacrifice of a few sheep and a unicorn, you can command Ubisoft to do your bidding. And this is hilarious. I get a stationary, I can't move, I'm drinking imaginary beer knife stun. I thought that was fucking fantastic, so I had to time that perfectly, because obviously I can't move forward at all to take the stun, so I had to wait for him to get like literally in range and throw the knife at him. But yeah, like I was saying, I feel like Ubisoft is a demon that you can summon by doing a bunch of those things, and I think that's kind of what Toshi Flow did, because we've had some good games in the past. Like, I think he's a decent player, but in this particular game, I feel like that's what he did. He drew some Ubisoftness on the floor of this little prison, and he called upon Ubisoft, sacrificed the blood of himself and a unicorn and some sheep. And here I was holding down the right trigger, and then my character just blindly started running towards the character. I was like, I thought I couldn't move, so I just pressed X and contested the guy. Apparently I could move now, but yeah. So he's commanded Ubisoft to do his bidding right now, and it is doing his bidding. But I can move. I'm still carrying my I'm actually drinking the beer now. I'm drinking my imaginary beer. That's fantastic. And I'm gonna lose my contract here because that guy gets stunned, and the guy who was chasing him the whole time kills. So that's unfortunate. I take a ground finish, which also results in I can't move, and I put on a disguise, not realizing that was gonna happen. So
No!
So now I'm just the stationary Lady Black drinking beer in a place where no one can fucking see me, so I'm never gonna die. This is great. You can see my character vibrating in her vain attempts to try and move. This guy's gone by this point. My character's head is just vibrating. He's bobbing up and down. The lead is drifting away. At this point again, I was trying to message the guy, but then for some reason I didn't do it. I just kind of went out of the menu. I was like looking for him, and then I was just like, oh, I can't be bothered. And then I get killed. I don't even know who found me. But yeah, I got killed right on the corner of the map. So I'm back in. Let's see if I can do this. There's still a chance. This guy kills a civilian. Let's take a good kill. I can't move again.
Fuck this game! Fuck you!
Well, that's nice. That's nice. Big black guy for some reason doesn't have a clue where the fuck I am. Okay. It's not like I'm invisible, because I've been killed multiple times, so he just had no idea where I was. Well, I can move now. That's great. But my contract is now dead, now I can move. Maybe I should have summoned Ubisoft and given the blood sacrifice to him to reverse the curse that Toshi Flow obviously put on me. Maybe I should have done that. It's probably the mistake I made in that game. This is the bit where I do actually message him. And yeah, I pretty much just incredibly slowly tell him that I can't move. Every time I kill people, I can't move. I hate this game. Yeah, and I typo about 10 million times in the process of this. Should probably speed it up, but maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know if I can be bothered. But yeah, this is kind of wrapping up. I don't think I even give the game the chance to look at the scoreboards and stuff, because I think I was too infuriated by the amount of bullshit that happened in the game that I didn't actually do that. So it's probably going to end stupidly abruptly in the middle of a end of game cutscene. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you this. This was me versus Ubisoft, and it was a convincing win by Ubisoft this time, as it usually is. One day I will defeat Ubisoft. Even though I have won a game where I wasn't able to kill or stun anyone for 5 minutes. That was a victory for me. So I guess this is 1-1 now. Ubisoft has scored the equalizer in my war against Ubisoft. So that's great. I just sent him that message to say, yeah, I couldn't really have a chance in that game. But yeah, the video is about to end pretty much now because I think I rage quit. Like, I think I turned my Xbox off and turned my recording device off at the same time. So I'll see you next time with a game that I actually can win and stuff. So yeah, see you next time.